Kamusta kayo dyan, mga ka-meta, mga ka-crypto, mga ka-Maharlika, mga ka-Unity, kamusta kayo dyan? Balikan natin itong issue ng Sovereign Wealth Fund, Maharlika, in light of a recent very major development. Naaresto na po yung founder ng FTX crypto scam, no? Itong FTX boy na marami na scam dyan, including yung Sovereign Wealth Fund ng Singapore, no? Yung isa sa mga leading sovereign wealth funds in the world po ay niloko ng batang ito. Ayan na, yung mga ka-Bitcoin, mga ka-ano dyan, mga ka-Bitcoin crypto boys. Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Ayan, yan kasang hindi sinisabi ng mga maharlika dyan. Even na nga Singapore guys, nabudol. Nabudol na itong FTX na ito. So ito guys, ito yung news. Actually currently under review po ng Temasek ng Singapore yung 275 million dollars na nawala dahil sa kanilang palpak na investment sa FTX. Now, I want to be fair, siguro when they were investing in it back in the day, it looked very promising, but ngayon, nakikita natin na even the best sovereign wealth funds in the world, including the one in Singapore, pwede sila mabudol, no? Na mga katulad nitong si Bankman Fried Boy. Yan, Crypto Boy. Yan ang sinasabi ko. At I haven't heard a single proponent of Maharlika Fund mentioning this very important thing. Na ito na nga, Singapore na nga, nabudol dito. So currently, under review po, yung big loss ng Sovereign Wealth Fund ng Singapore dahil sa kanilang problematic investments at yung kanilang, nabudol sila eh. Nabudol sila. Nabudol sila dito. Kaya sana, hindi ko narinig nung defense ni ni paring Sandro dyan, right? So, let's just go back to the news guys. So, naaresto na po si Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of failed, scamish, dodgy-ish crypto exchange FTX. Naaresto po siya sa Bahamas, social, after US prosecutors filed criminal charges laban sa kanya ayon sa statement from the government of Bahamas, no? So the Southern District of New York na nag-investigate nitong Bankman-Fried, bank na nga fried pa, itong collapse ng FTX, and yung sister trading firm niya, Alameda. Now, one big reason na criminal charges yung laban sa kanya is hindi lang nagko-collapse at nag-bankrupt yung kanyang FTX, is because he moved the funds of people investing in FTX to back up failed investments and exposures of Alameda, which was a sister company. And we know for a fact that yung nag-head ng Alameda ay may romantic relationship kay Bankman-Fried. So some people are suspecting that personal interest was also a big factor in this very problematic decision, no? So earlier this evening, Bahamian authorities arrested Samuel Bankman-Fried at the request of the U.S. government based on a sealed indictment filed by the Southern District of New York, SDNY, ayon sa U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. We expect to move to the unsealed indictment in the morning and we'll have more to say at the time. So, kung maalala nyo, ito si Bankman Fried Boy. Ayan na naman. Itong si Bankman Fried Boy, mga kameta. Kung maalala nyo, ito yung naging youngest billionaire in the world. So I think before nag-30 pa siya, before na pumatak na 30, lampas na sa billions of dollars yung kanyang wealth. And at his peak, he was worth more than $31 billion if I'm not mistaken. But now, totally bankrupt yung mga kanyang companies, FTX, yung Alameda, and he could face years, if not more than 10 years sa preso dahil sa mga kalokohan na nagawa nila. Dahil maraming tao po, no? Thousands of people and tens of millions of dollars of investment by many ordinary people, no? Were all reduced to ash dahil sa mga kalokohan ng batang ito. At yan ang sinasabi ko guys, it's a wild world out there, no? So kung titingnan mo yung prices of cryptocurrency, Kung tignan mo yung prices ng even Tesla, for instance, let's look at the Tesla company, Tesla stocks. Tingnan natin yung value nila over the year. Lahat sila may significant drop. So I think 50% yung decline niya over the past year. So here, so for instance, I'm just showing you Tesla stock. So it's not even crypto and all. So Bitcoin din. Lagyan natin Bitcoin para makita niyo yung fluctuation. So medyo nag-gain actually yung Bitcoin more recently. Wait lang, lagyan natin 1 year. O yan, makita mo talaga, baksak yung presyo. So overall, Bitcoin is also not doing well. You know, of course, we're talking about different kinds of cryptocurrencies, but even Bitcoin ay napaka-problematic mga kameta. So yun nga yung problema eh. Marami sovereign wealth funds ay nilalagay kung saan-saan, including sa mga cryptocurrency, etc. And napaka-problematic yung situation ngayon. So, this for instance is, so ito yung Bitcoin guys. Ito yung Bitcoin ngayon. Tignan nyo, over the past year, grabe, baksak talaga, no? 60% almost in decline. 59.73%. So kung naglagay ka ng 10,000 pesos, nako po, barely 4,000 pesos ang mauwi mo ngayon, di ba? Ang laki ng lugi mo, di ba? So even tech companies like Tesla, medyo baksak din yung numbers nila over the past year. So we saw many sovereign wealth funds, no, internationally, investing sa mga ganyan, mga stocks ng mga companies na ganon, na may pagka-bubble yung prices, no? And of course, yung dodgier ones, in fairness naman sa Tesla, it's a real factory, they produce real stuff, but clearly nag-overpromise sila and clearly na-expose yung kanilang mga kakulangan. And medyo nalalaos ng Tesla, hindi na siya hot katulad ng dati kasi yung style ng Tesla na malaki yung sa loob na may screen, na you know, may electric car, ganyan, nagaya ng lahat, ginaya ng lahat. So hindi na ganun ka-special ang Tesla. And to be honest, you know, if you put a Tesla next to some luxury cars, it actually looks quite ordinary if not trying hard. Okay. Anyway, so yan ang sinasabi natin mga kameta. Ito ay hindi sigurong best na time para magkaroon ng malaking sovereign wealth investments, etc. Because nakita natin, even yung mga super pros, even yung mga super dalubhasa, even yung mga katulad ng Singapore, ay nabudol dito sa mga kung ano-anong investments. And even when hindi sila nabudol, talaga the stocks have been really on a downward slope. We don't know how far they will go. We have no idea if this will be the floor or this is a ceiling for a new floor. You get what I'm saying, no? So, sobrang grabe ang gulo ng situation. Now, pagdating sa Elon Musk, of course, hindi na rin siya richest man in the world, by the way. Number 2 na siya ngayon. And one big reason is, of course, dahil sa palpak ng investments sa Twitter. But even the stocks of Tesla are the downward slope. In fact, one thing that is holding him is still the SpaceX, which is doing well. But overall, you know, Elon Musk is in deep waters. Nabu siya ng more than 5 minutes, I think, kahapon, the other day, dun sa show ni Dave Chappelle. Nagwala-wala yung dorky boy na yan. I think, you know, masyado siyang nadala sa kulto na yan. Tsaka yung mga followers na marami sa alt-right. He lost touch with reality, no? At now nakikita na sa investment niya sa Twitter, nagkakalat na talaga siya, no? So this is what I'm saying, guys. The giants are being reduced to ashes. Yung iba nakukulong, yung iba wala na, nagkakalat na, di ba? And that's why we're saying maybe this is not the best time, guys, to make major investments abroad, among others. Nevertheless, nakikita natin, pinipilit pa rin na may point talaga na maganda talaga magkaroon sovereign wealth fund. So, the other day, may claim itong si Sandro na, for instance, Indonesia daw was able to make big gains because of kanilang sovereign wealth fund. Obviously, you know, Indonesia didn't make it this year. They made it years earlier. So, we have to look at investments over time. But it's a claim that was ruled as incorrect or non-factual. By, ito So yung claim niya is, Indonesia Sovereign Wealth Fund was able to generate $23 billion since its founding last year daw. Okay? But there's no evidence to suggest that. So this has been ruled as false, as a false claim, as a problematic claim. And that's, in fact, there's a more important context here, guys, that I want you to pay attention to. So first of all, gusto ko marinig kila Sandro, yung mga friends natin, kamusta naman ang take nila dito sa nangyari sa Singapore? At yung mga ibang major sovereign wealth funds who made large losses, no? Boom, mga ganyan, no? Siyempre sila, mayaman na bansa sila, $275 million, maybe not much to them. Tayo, kung sovereign wealth fund natin ay 4-5 billion, biglang nawala ng 300-400 million. Ayan tayo, tapos kukunin pa nila dapat sa GSIS, SSS nung una. Nung nagreklamo lang, nung sumagot tong mga to Now, what's important to keep in mind also is, actually, if you look at what happened in Indonesia, their sovereign wealth fund doesn't operate as in ways that you would expect. In fact, a huge part of their sovereign wealth fund, guys, is invested internally. No, so let me show you this very interesting intervention by business columnist Buchanko ng Philippine Star, a very good friend of ours. Sabi niya, the Indonesian Sovereign Wealth Fund, unlike our proposed one, meaning yung Maharlika, no, explicitly seeks co-investors, foreign co-investors, to capitalize on the fund rather than rely on commodity revenues. Unlike ours, it is geared towards domestic development and not for investment abroad. No? So it's a sovereign wealth fund that tries to generate capital with foreign partners for domestic major projects, etc. At yun ang sinasabi ko parati mga kameta. Yun ang parati ko sinasabi mga kameta. Okay? Ang sinasabi natin mga kameta is this. Tanggalin natin ito. Ako nang natanggal. Wait lang. Ako tuloy ang natanggal. Ayan tayo. Wait lang. Babalik tayo. Ayan, sa mga YouTubers na, don't worry, ipopost natin tong graphics version niyan. Okay. Balikan natin ito Ito mga kameta. Okay. Ayan tayo. Ito mga kameta. Okay. Ang isang sinasabi natin dito mga kameta is, ang isang malaking problema sa Pilipinas is not that we're not investing abroad enough to create dividends for us. Is that the problem is that we're not investing enough domestically in order to generate growth at home. And if you want to talk about diversified portfolio, mga kameta, if you want to talk about diversified portfolio, kung mag-invest ka sa iba't ibang larangan ng ating ekonomiya, mag-invest tayo sa building of infrastructure sa probinsya. Maraming infrastructure ni Tatay Digong ang hindi natapos, no? Mag-invest tayo sa agrikultura, no? Dun sa basic irrigation na wala naman masyadong ginawa over the years, no? If we invest in those things, we can generate more growth. And in fact, there's so much underinvestment and there's so much room for growth. There's so much untapped potential and untapped productivity domestically that I believe if you invest domestically, especially in education of our people, especially of our women, of our minorities, if you invest in basic infrastructure, sigurado na yung return mo ay sobrang laki. So, sigurado yan, for sure, because you're operating from a very, very low base. No? Sigurado yan, 100%. 100% mga kameta. 100%. Yun ang sinasabi natin mga kameta. Okay. So, ayan tayo So, for me, we're really missing the point if you're not looking at investment opportunities that are geared towards domestic development. And that's why I like yung intervention ni Buchanko, because Buchanko has been talking about the Indonesian model, which is a very, very, very interesting case. One second lang, reply ko na. One second Ayan, mga writer's duty. Sorry, editor. Kailangan ko na mag-reply. No, this is very important because, for instance, one of the big reasons why Joko is doing very well politically and economically also as far as Indonesia is concerned compared to the Philippines is because, for instance, Indonesia invested a lot in rural development, right? Ilalabas ko ito. Na-interview ko actually yung na-interview ko yung dating infrastructure development minister nila, rural development. Hindi ko malabas dito eh. Ito, si Eko Putro Sandioyo, right? Siya po yung nakausap na. I really suggest you guys read this article. Post ko sa inyo. It's a fantastic work. Mother, pakicheck nga kasi niyan. Trabaho ko dito. Sino kayang ano? Wala naman akong Shopee na delivery. Mother, andiyan ka ba? Ito, one second, ito yung sinasabi ng mga kameta. Ito yung rural development project na ginawa ni Jokowi, no? $5 billion na invest yung isang year for rural fund. Ay nako, kulit na to. One second, balik ako. Hello? Hello po? Yes po? Yes po? Yes po, po. Opo, good afternoon po. Ano po? Hello po, narinig niyo po ako? Good afternoon po. Opo. Yes, sa akin yan. Sige, ano po? Hindi, katabi ko lang yan. Pwede ko tanggalin yan. Sige, mamaya. Ako bahala. Ay, nako. Hindi naman ako ng earlier. Sige, akong bahala. Ayusin ko yan. Ayusin ko yan, mamaya. No problem. Richard po. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Okay, no problem. Tanggalin ko yan. No problem. Thank you. Nako po. Wala na. Okay, ito yung sinasabi ko mga kameta. Pagdating dito sa Indonesia, meron silang invest ng malaki dito sa kanilang domestic infrastructure, lalong-lalo na sa rural infrastructure. Not to mention, of course, mga kameta, ang Indonesia po may plano na gumawa ng isang $34 billion na bagong syudad, no, na magsiserve bilang kanilang new capital city, no, para ma-decongest yung Jakarta. So they're investing big time, guys. Tens of billions of dollars on rural development, on new infrastructure development. So Nusantara, no? So ito yung new city project na tinitignan nila. So that's my point. If you're gonna cite Indonesia and all, then let's talk about Indonesia. Let's talk about what Indonesia is doing in terms of course, Indonesia is not 100% successful. Indonesia has a lot of things to do. But the reality is that at least my effort na i-redirect yung mga resources ng country together with foreign capital towards development of basic infrastructure at home. Diba? Kasi kung na-develop mo yung domestic infrastructure, mga kameta, then you are in a very good position to boost growth and also to bring down poverty rates. So Indonesia has done a very, very good job in dealing with poverty rates, in dealing with inequality. At least, again, compared to the Philippines, everything is relative. Of course, Indonesia is still a long way from where it should be. But then again, my point is, there's a lot we can learn from our neighbors who are properly directing yung kanilang investment, yung mga resources nila, at saka yung mga partnerships nila with foreign capital, among other things. And for me, again, of course, the big concern with any major fund is also the issue of transparency and accountability. Kaya nga, yun nga parating sinasabi, hindi ko maintindihan bakit Maharlika, yung term na ginamit, considering it's a very politically charged, if not problematic kind of term, because of the history, of course, that everyone knows about. Alright? Okay, I'll keep it there. Sorry, may kailang tayo ayusin. Biglang, eto na naman tayo, pinagalitan na naman tayo. Okay, maraming salamat guys. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Let me just say thank you dun sa mga lahat ng sumusuporta sa atin. I just felt na important na to keep things in mind. Ayan. As always, maraming salamat kay Ma'am Jocelyn Lumberio. Ayan. Kay Michael Uy, among others. At mga ibang nag-comment. Mag-follow up muna tayo dito. I just need to take care of some stuff and get some work done. But we'll have more metas and all. Thank you so much, no. I know this is not the stuff maybe you're super interested in, but I believe na mahalaga yan for better and proper discussion of the issue of sovereign wealth fund in the Philippines. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. God bless.